What is the spirit of our vision? That's what we're going to talk about today. What is the spirit of our vision? What is the assignment? What is the motivation for the existence of this ministry? I'm about to give you my heart. What caused us to become? What made us ignite? What was it in the heart of myself? What did God put in me that I saw that burned into what we are today? It always begins with this spirit of revelation. Number one, and we started this last week, please write them down. The first thing the Lord showed me that birthed this ministry's vision was the mission fields are becoming missionaries. In other words, the people who used to be the receivers are now going to become the givers. Number two, the spirit of this vision is the changing of the guard. God showed me that he is shifting everything. This is way back in 1975 when I saw this. He is shifting everything. He is moving everything to the opposite. He's shifting from the old to the young, from the north to the south, from the west to the east. He is shifting everything. And you can't miss the shift. Number three, he showed me that the last world is rising. I showed you a picture of this last week. There are only three worlds on this planet. First world, second world, and third world. There are no more worlds. You never heard the term fourth world. Have you heard it? Doesn't exist. But they identified a group called third world because there is a group of people in the earth that they try to define them. And the only definition they came up with was third world people. A third world person is a wonderful person. I love being third world. I said I love being third world because the first world already failed. They failed God. The second world, they're messing up right now. All God got left is us. Clap. You all excited? I'm so excited. I'm excited to be the last one because he said the last shall be first. Number five, write this down. It's the heart of our vision. The third world in the first world. I got to explain this to you. When I saw this, I choked. God says there is a third world people trapped in the first and second world. These are the people who have been brought into the first and second world to be chattel. They've been brought in to be the backs on which the prosperity of the third world, of the first world rather, would be built. They came in as slaves and indentured servants. They came in as second-class citizens and subhumans, and they are still trapped in their suffering. I'm saying this for a reason. Those third world people are still trying to find themselves and trying to find their leadership. And I've come here to tell you, I prophesy, it is their time. Third world people are not one race of people. Third world people is not even a race. They come in all shades, all colors. Some of them are black, some of them are red, some of them are brown, some of them are yellow, some of them are white. They are third world people. And they are suffering, being smothered by the prosperity of the first and second world. They are smothered by it. They have not yet achieved their true ability. They're still being used to sweep the floors, clean the windows, vacuum the rug. Some of them got PhDs and still sweep the floors because they've been misguided to believe that if you get the education of the oppressor, you'll be like him. Misguided education. Write this down. The power of the oppressor is the maintenance of ignorance. Oppression breeds on ignorance. So the goal is to keep the oppressed ignorant. And you can keep a person ignorant by literally controlling their education. Even control what they think about the education. Some of you may be working under an oppressor. and your degrees and your qualifications make you more qualified than that person who's in charge of you. But yet they won't allow you to go beyond a certain level. Why? They're controlling how you view your own education. I look at America just north of us, and they're watching this program. What a great country. When Martin Luther King Jr. emerged as the third world leader in America, there was great hope. He began to speak some powerful truths. He even had a vision of the nation that he saw in God. The little black boys and little white boys join hands, and you're not judged by the color of your skin, but by the content of your character. And he said these great statements, and they make sense. How much change has taken place? Write this down. Help me, Lord. Whoever you ask for your freedom controls it. If you have to come to me to ask me to be civilized, then I will make you as civil as it is safe for me. Help me, Lord. So I will only give you what doesn't threaten me. You call it freedom, I call it permission. Only a few will understand me here. So whoever you ask to give you civil rights, listen carefully, young people, that means the right to be civil. Whoever you ask for the right to be civilized, civic, civilian, if you ask me for your right to be civil, then you are telling me I have that power. Oh, help me, Lord. So if I give you what you ask for, I am still in control. So I will affirm you. I will affirm you to the point where it doesn't threaten my security. So I'll take affirmative action. I'll give you enough to keep your mouth shut. But don't you dare think you can be like me, sit where I sit, do what I do, live where I live, and be in the power position I am in. Don't you dare think it. But I'll give you permission, and I'll affirm you. Strange. I tell you, listen to me carefully. If I give you permission, I can always take it back when I think you need a lesson. I can withdraw affirmative action whenever I think you might be threatening my security. Let me tell you what the call is. That's why there hasn't been much change. You know that, you're from America. All the marches, all the speeches, and we're still screaming out for fairness. Here in our own country, we are independent but not free yet. A few families still run the country. Oh, don't turn the TV off. Don't ever confuse deliverance with freedom. So in the first world and in the second world is trapped a third world. I'm giving you that message because they are also our market. We must reach them. Their response to the message of this ministry is understandable, because they have the same challenge as those who live within the context of third world nations. Same problems, same psychological damage, same emotional stress, same backward thinking. It's amazing that when you put a third world person in charge of a department over other third world people, they treat them with disrespect. But if an oppressor show up in that department, everybody behaves because you're sick. Have mercy, Lord. I want to say some things, but you cannot take it now. That's why I move so slow. You cannot take it. No. I will tell you some other time. But there's a third world trapped in the first world. Write this down, please. The Lord showed me that the followers have now become the leaders. Those who used to be the followers is now for you to take leadership. And to do that, you got to start thinking like a leader. And that is why this ministry is focused on changing the way you think about yourself first. You cannot lead beyond your own mentality. I repeat, you cannot lead beyond your own mentality. There is a mental block that was placed there by oppression. And when I read the document written by the oppressor, the document says, we will vanquish the light out of their minds, and it will last for more than 200 years. So we got about 100 years to go before they say we begin to believe in ourselves again. I am here to tell you, we will disappoint them. That's a poor hand, you people. I said we're going to disappoint them because, you see, normally that's true. You can brainwash a person that will last for 200 years. But if it is interrupted by the entrance of revelation of another light, the light of the Word of God, that restores you back to who you really were from the beginning, you'll be free in your generation. And your children will have no effect from the last oppression. I tell you, it is happening, it shall happen, and it will happen, and it's happening to me now. I hope it's happening to you. Lift your hands and shout, thank you, Lord. You cannot carry the mentality of your parents anymore. You should not be living to survive, but to thrive. Oh, I'm talking to myself. You should not just try to get a job. Try to get a business. May God deliver us. Write this down, please. He told me that the focus of God would be on developing nations. When he showed that to me, it frightened me, because it means now that God is going to defy all the authorities. Wherever the eyes of the Lord is, that's where his activity begins. He is raising up people with no one's permission. Oh, I'm talking to myself. I want to throw a challenge out to some of you. I want to encourage you to do something, all right? Listen to me, pastors. I want you all to think about this. I want as many of you to go with me to Nigeria. I'm talking to everybody. I want you to go with me to Nigeria in December, okay? You make plans, call my office, tell them you want an application, you want to go to Nigeria. I want you to go to Nigeria, the largest black nation in the world. I want you to go because I want to show you something. I want to show you a church that I'm going to speak to for 5 days, where the building, one building has 52,000 seats under one roof, and every seat is filled and they're sitting outside. The building was built for over $50 million, paid for in cash by those black people in Africa. They purchased 100 Greyhound buses cash from Atlanta and ship them over 100 Greyhound buses cash.
Hallelujah.
My wife and I sat in the house with that pastor. He said, you see all of this? He said, not a penny from America. The mission fields are becoming missionaries. This is not a prejudice message. It's a prophetic revelation of what's happening now. If you miss the visitation of God, you miss your opportunity to change history. Say it with me, it's our time. Say it again, it's our time. God's eyes are on us now. God has turned his face toward the rejected. They're about to become the elite. With no one's permission. When he told me that, I said, my God, listen, I am doing what I ain't supposed to do. I am in places where I ain't supposed to be. I am being heard by people who ain't supposed to listen to me. I am being affecting people who don't want me to affect them. In other words, God's defying everybody's estimation. It's happening to you right now. It's going to happen more than you've ever seen it before. God's going to do some stuff. They're going to wonder, why am I doing this? Because it's season. Your promotion is coming without prejudice. His eyes are on the third world countries. I want you to watch Argentina. Please keep your eyes on Brazil. Watch Mexico. Don't ignore Colombia. It will not be known only for drugs. You watch. In the next few years, there are going to be the most powerful revivals coming out of South Africa and South America. Don't you laugh at the Caribbean. We're going to become the talk about. I'm prophesying. Why? It's time.